Hello, so creative, it's Faustina here. Welcome to another interesting tutorial. On today's tutorial, we are going to make this smoky top you are seeing on the screen. It's looking so pretty on me.
It's cut together top with a smoky band from the underbust to the waistline.
After the smoky part is giving this flare structure, it's a well-detailed tutorial.
The cutting is a freehand cutting, like we did not use any pattern drafting. So if you would like to learn how I cut and put it together, please grab your seat and also your popcorn and keep watching, and let's dive into the cutting and sewing table. And if today is your first time of coming across my channel, you are welcome. My name is Faustina and this is the face behind
Faustina Clothing.
If you're a returning subscriber, you are welcome. Thanks for your comments, your likes, and also your share. I'm seeing everything and I really appreciate. And let's get straight into it. These are all the material we'll be using: our polyester black thread, our elastic thread for the smoky part, our tailor chalk, ruler, and 1.5 yard of Ankara fabric. So I'm gonna ahead to fold the fabric into two using our hip divide by 4 plus extra 6 inches allowance.
I folded both the front and back separately. So this is how I did it. My hip divided by 4, my hip was 40, divided by 4 gave me 10 plus extra 6 inches, and that is what I use in folding it. So for the length, you are going to put both your length and all your cutting allowances. So from the upper part, I'm marking out 1 inches for our starting line into several places, and I'm going to rule it out to get a straight line like so. So from that our starting line, we start imputing the length of our top. So from the starting line, I came down by 24, which is the length of our top. I'm going to mark it into several places in order to get a straight line as well. And after that 24, I went ahead to impute extra 1 inch because it's a smoky top, should in case it goes up. And I also added 1 extra inches, which is for hemming of the top length. So in total I added 2 inches. After the 24 inches, I added extra 2 inches. 1 inch is for the hemming of the top, while 1 inch is should in case the top goes up because it's a smoky top. So I'm going ahead to cut out the excess, we don't need it, after ruling out all our markings. And we have gotten the length of our top and also our hemming allowance. On the starting line, we are going to impute our shoulder divide by 2 measurements, and I'm going to indicate it like so. And because it's a cut together sleeve, we are going to impute our cut together sleeve of 8 inches. We added extra 8 inches for the sleeve. I'm going to come down by 1 inch because I'm going to slope it by 1 inch. So for the neck, you know, the neck has only neck width, it does not have any neck depth. So I'm basically going to mark out my neck width of 6 inches. So I made use of neck width of 6 inches on that our starting line. We did not add any neck depth because of the style we are trying to recreate does not have any neck depth, it only has neck width. So after marking the 6 inches, I'm going to go ahead and rule it out to my shoulder slope. After marking out our shoulder slope, from that our shoulder slope, I'm going to come down by 10 inches for our sleeve opening. So I'm going to mark out like so, and I'm going to use my pattern curve to rule out the line like so, and that is it for our sleeve opening. For the body circumference, we are going to make use of our upper hip. So this is how you get your upper hip from your shoulder to where your top length stop. You are going to measure the circumference of where your top length stop. That is how to get your upper hip. Upper hip is different from hip, and the reason why we are using the upper hip is because my bust is smaller than my upper hip, and we are making use of the larger part of our body to get this boo-boo top. And if your bust is bigger than your upper hip, you should make use of your bust. The cocoa is that you should make use of the larger part of your body. And because my upper hip is bigger than my bust, I'm going to divide my upper hip divide by 4 plus 5 inches is allowance. We are going to measure what we have on that starting line to get our sleeve line. So I'm basically going to measure from the center front to what I get here. I'm also going to impute it to the line we mark, and I'm going to go ahead and straighten up the sleeve line like so. On the sleeve line, we are going to measure what we have on the sleeve line like we did our upper hip divided by 4 plus extra 5 inches. We are also going to impute it on the hem part of our top, and we are going to go ahead and use our ruler to rule it up like so. After ruling it up, we are going to now curve in our sleeve curving like so, and that is it for the drafting of this beautiful top. And you're going to now start marking out where you want your bind, your smoky bind to be. So from our starting line, I came down by my under bust. My under bust is 13 plus half inch, which is 13.5 in total. So I'm going to indicate it and mark it into several places, and after marking it, I'm going to go ahead and use my pattern curve to rule it out like so. From that 13 inches that you came down from, which is my under bust, I'm going to now determine how wide I want my smoky bind to be. So from that line, I'm going to come down by 6 inches. I want my own to be very wide, but if you want yours to be smaller, you can come down by 4 or 5. So after coming down by 6 inches, I'm going to start marking at half inches on all the spaces that I have to form my smoky space, and I'm going to rule it out like so in a straight line. This is my smoky line, and I also mark it at the right side of the fabric. So that is it. This is where I'm going to run my smoky lines, and we are going to go ahead and cut out all the drafted pattern we have, and I'm going to also repeat the same thing to the back. When you run a smoky thread on it, this is how it's going to be. From our starting line, which is our shoulder, we are going to start imputing our sewing allowance of 1 inch on that shoulder, following your shoulder slope. So I'm going to add 1 inch all through, and we are going to start cutting out our patterns. Our drafting pattern is ready. So after cutting out the 1 inches, I went ahead to cut out the sleeve part and also the body. Like, I'm removing the excess that you are seeing on that sleeve part and also on the side of the body. And that is it for the drafting of our beautiful smoky top. And for the neck width, we are going to go ahead and notch that neck width so that we know where we want to sew, because it does not have any neck depth. So I went ahead to notch it, and that is it for it. So I went ahead to open up our beautiful top in order to rule out the smoky line all the way to the other side of our fabric. And I'm going to also repeat what I did here to the back of our beautiful top, like rule out my smoky line at the right side of our beautiful top for the back. So let's get into the smoky part. So this is the elastic thread. You are going to use your hand and put it on the rear. When putting it on the rear, don't drag it, put it so gentle, like you see what I'm doing. Don't drag it, don't stretch the elastic thread. So for your shorts, you are going to loosen up your shorts a little bit using your scissors like I'm doing, and you are going to go ahead and pass your elastic thread through your short like so, and make sure that it's coming out. Make sure that when you draw it, is going to come out before you put it inside your machine, that is under of your machine like so. And your polyester thread is the one that is going to run on top of your machine, while your elastic thread is going to be under on the rear and shuttle. So that is how you arrange it on your machine, and you start by sewing it like so. You're going to sew through the lines that you drew. That is the excess of the line that we drew, and we are going to smoke it like so. So watch out and see how I'm smoking it. Tararara. So I'm going to smoke it front and back, front and back, front and back until I finish that line. I will keep smoking it front and back. Once you finish the first line, you're going to return it again until you finish the line that you drew. You exhaust the line that you drew. So we have finished smoking this particular one, and this is the outcome. It's looking so pretty. So I'm about to sew the last line, and when I measured it, I still had 6 inches length, and that is it. It's looking so pretty. So I'm going to smoke the second one off the camera,
and we continue our sewing tutorial. So this is how it's going to be after smoking. I'm going to smoke this one off the camera, and we are going to continue the closing part.
So I will continue this one off camera. So I've gone ahead to finish both the front and the back, and this is how it's looking so pretty. So what we are going to do now is to start joining them from the shoulder. We are going to line the front facing each other, and you're going to go ahead and sew from the shoulder. You can see from the place we notch, yeah, we are going to sew 1 inch from the place we notch all over to the edges of the tutu shoulder. So let me quickly go and sew it and come and show you. So I've gone ahead to join the shoulder, and we are going to proceed in hemming the sleeve opening part. So you are going to open up your sleeve like so, and you are going to hem it into 2, and you are going to top stitch on top of it. If you want to use your hemming gun to hold it down, you can also use your hemming gun, but you are going to top stitch on top of it on the tutu side. So I've gone ahead to top stitch, and this is how it's looking so pretty. And for the neck, we are going to use our hemming gun to finish up the neck so that the neck will look so neat and pretty. If you have a serger, you can go ahead and serge it before using your hemming gun to hem it, but should in case you don't have serger, you can go ahead and hem it into 2, like the way we hem our sleeve. Like turn this particular neck, like fold it for the first time and you fold it for the second one before you now input your hemming gun. So that was how I hemmed mine, because I did not serge it. But if you have a serger, you can go ahead and serge. So we are going to start closing our side. We are going to join the tutu front and back together and sew from 1/2 inch from the sleeve, 1/2 inch all over to the hem part of our beautiful top. And we are going to do it on the tutu side of our beautiful top. So let me quickly go and sew it and come and show you. So I've gone ahead to sew it, and this is it. What we are going to do next is to hem our top length like so. We are going to hem the down part of our top length, and that is it. I'm going to hem it into 2 as well. Fold the first one, fold the second one, and top stitch on it, run a stitch on it. So I'm quickly going to go and sew it and come and show you. So I've gone ahead to sew it, and it's looking pretty. And for the neck, I also finish up my neck using my hemming gun. Like I said earlier, I folded into 2 because I did not serge it. We have come to the end of this project. If you have watched to this point, thanks for watching. If you find this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and also comment. And see you in my next one. Bye bye, my lovers.